Hey guys, it's a Monday. Oi. I don't know, he's put up watching my shit. And listen, it's Monday, it's Jen's birthday. I went and bought her a birthday cake. She likes the ones from the Cheesecake Shop, and let's face it, who doesn't? So she's at work this morning. So she left for work really early this morning, like still dark, guys, like 6 a.m. So yeah, take her to the train, and she gets a train in the city, and that's what she's up to now. Ooh, it's getting hard to see. So it's about 10 to 5. So I said I'm going to go pick this cake up at 5. I paid for it this morning. So we're going to go to the Cheesecake Shop and have a look at the cakes. So I've been doing a bit of cleaning up for the spare room this morning, or today, I should say. I'm still feeling a bit off. Yesterday I pretty much slept all the day. I don't know if I'm sick or what, or just, I don't know. But, yeah, I mean, Jen's 20 today, man. 20 years old. Time goes flying so quickly. And those that don't know, like, Jenny's been with me, oh wow, since she was 6 months old. Yeah, so Jen's story started off a bit of a sad one, and her mum just wasn't capable of doing it, you know. Not that she was a bad person, she just wasn't capable of, you know, looking after Jen and stuff like that. So when Jen was born, she went straight from her mother in hospital. She went straight to care, okay, because Jen's mum had already had children before that were already in care, and she just wasn't capable of doing it herself, you know. For addictions and other things like that. She come from a horrible life herself, her mum. So her mum was a product of the system herself. So, you know, and back then, let's just say they weren't treated as well as what they should have been, especially the Indigenous. Jen's mum is first Australian. That's where Jen's Indigenous blood comes from. Is the mum's side of the family. And so, I mean, it's not like me and Tammy were even, that's her mum's name, we're even like the best going out, you know, like we had I maybe been with her 3 or 4 times in my life, and had a phone call from the Department of Child Safety shortly before Jenny was born, and they said to me, you know, you've been put down as the dad of Jen. I'm like, okay, really? Like, what's the odds of that? I'm thinking to myself. So after Jen was born, first off, Tammy wouldn't allow there to be a DNA test while she was pregnant, all right? They could have done it before, found out if I was the dad biologically before she was born, but Tammy didn't want that happening. She was still hoping to keep Jen to herself, I think. That wasn't going to happen. It hadn't happened to the previous 3 children, actually. Jenny's one of 7 in the middle that Tammy had. So she's still number 4. So there's 3 on that side, 3 on that side. Jen's in the middle of it. So then after Jen was born, they were adamant. They said, look, the kid looks like you. It's your kid. We can tell. I'm like, it looks like a baby. They all look the same to me. So even though everyone around me was certainly sure, I certainly was not. Now, it took 12 weeks after Jen was born to get a DNA result back, you know, saying that I was the father. I might also add that there was no pressure on me from the Department of Child Safety to turn around and say, you have to have this test either. It was completely and utterly up to me. And but the thing was, is if I didn't take care of her, she was going to go into foster care, as her other siblings already were, and the ones to come also were afterwards as well. One of the families took Christopher, one of the boys, the grandma. We haven't had a lot to do with them either. But anyway, back to the story. So as soon as Jen was out of hospital and stuff like that, even though the DNA test hasn't come back yet, I was still seeing her. So a carer would come to well, actually we met in public to start with, so we'd go and we'd meet at the park, this park here actually, the park here in Caboolture. So we'd go and meet there with a lovely lady, Margaret was her name, and she wrote a cookbook actually, gave me a copy of the cookbook. So we got along famously, and so I was feeding Jen from, sort of 2 weeks old with a bottle, and that was breastfed from Tammy apparently, to start with anyway. So then it went up to having visits at the home, and of course, look, they had to suss me out too, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm a single bloke, gonna give this little baby, so you can imagine the hoops that I had to jump through, I mean, psycho reports, other people, had to go see psychologists. I even had to take her to the family courts, so they could observe me interacting with Jenny at a young age. All this is, So it took until the Christmas, right? So I believe she had the Christmas at Lorraine's. Lorraine was a fantastic lady. Lorraine had Nicholas, which was Jenny's half-brother also. All right, like just before, well, 18 months before, which was kind of cool. So at least she knew where she was. And we're still friends with Lorraine today. And we go up to Lorraine's every Christmas, and she has a relationship with her half-brother, Nicholas, there as well. So basically, since Jen was 6 months old, she's been with me. And I've had a few girlfriends in that time, and each one of them helped in their own way, but Jen's always come first, and before anything else. And look, I'm a bit of a stuff up as well as a human being, it's not like I'm bloody perfect by any means of imagination. But she's turned out all right. She's turned out all right. She's studying law, and she's got a job at a law firm, and she's got a chance to break the cycle of poverty, which I've sort of been in my life, I suppose, as well. So she's sort of got a chance, to get it to break away from it, which is really good. I've just rocked up to the cheesecake shop. So for the last 20 years that's been my job, and she's 20 today, so I'm proud. I'm proud of her. I think she's done it more in spite of me than because of me. We've had a lot of challenges along the way, but I've always kept a roof over her head. I've always kept food in her stomach. She's in the same house the whole time. She's gone through me with shops, and the shop at Beer Bar and what we had up there. We're up there for about 3 years. She did her first lot of schooling up there, and I got stuffed over up there by somebody else, another partner and stuff like that. So that fell apart. So we've had our problems, but all in all, she's turned out fantastic. When you think, like, they had me do so many tests on her. See, her mother drank and used during the pregnancy, so she came out as a fecal alcohol baby, or crack baby, if you like, because the mother used. She denied using, but apparently she did. So, she liked being pregnant, the mother. That was her thing. It was being the pregnant, the attention she got from that, and she always did. And we had a lot of grief to start with, with Jen and her mother, and she used to threaten to, kill herself and take off overseas, and go and do all these things and stuff like that. But that, as I said, I don't blame her, because she's a product of their environment. She went from foster care to foster care, and she was on the streets. The mother was on the streets when we were 14. I think she was stripping by about 17, prostitution, drugs, and that lifestyle, you know. So you can't really blame her. Well, I don't. Some do that I know, but I don't blame her. And the Department of Child Safety were fantastic. They worked with me and helped me and helped give me the tools I needed to do it, and a support system to help me do it as well, which was, you know, it wouldn't happen without them. So I'm sort of just thinking today, you know, like 20 years, man. 20 years. And if I haven't done anything right in this world, maybe I've done that right, you know. Because I'll tell you what, I've mucked a lot of shit up. You know, relationships and so forth. And really it's been hard for me or any woman to love me right now for the last 20 years, really, because Jenny has been coming first. And, you know, as Kimmy says, she's the princess of the place. And she is, you know. And I was very wary of, yeah, bringing a lot of women into Jen's life. Like, I wouldn't do it. I used to say my dating times when she was at school was between 10 and 2, especially about shops and stuff. Or when I wasn't working, like, I would not bring them over. Jen's probably met, in the 20 years, women that I've had a relationship with, probably 4, you know, that are 4 different women that I've allowed to sort of have any influence on her life. And some have been derogatory and some have been good, you know, some have been, you know, just like life, innit? But I've kept her safe, you know, and she's got so smart. I mean, she's doing uni, guys. You know, she's studying law and she's doing it, you know. So I'm very impressed with you, Jen, and I love you very much, and happy birthday, sweetheart. And I don't know whether you'll ever see this, but yeah, I'm a proud dad to know you and love you. All right, see you guys. I'm gonna go get this cake now. Bye.